Howdy folks, how are you today? Thursday morning. It's about noon, a little before. It is currently 18 out, feels like 3. It's cold. Three Angels Diesel lives in North Dakota. He says that you people in Ohio think it's cold when it's 12 above. It's negative 27 there this morning when he started his vehicle. Buddy, that's too cold for me. I don't even like this cold. I'll pass on that. But gonna run the truck this afternoon, and I'm gonna throw that winter front on because I want to keep it a little bit warmer. And I think usually, you know, about this time is when I do. I've had this thing plugged in since last night because it was so cold and the wind was just a whipping around. Still at I probably plugged it in around 10 maybe, I'd say, because yeah, it was -1 then, so I figure I might as well just plug it in then. But come out this morning, do my morning rendezvous, and I pulled that winter front out. I'm gonna throw that on real quick. That way I don't have to worry about that because it needs it. And maybe clean some other things up, check out some other stuff. Yeah, I dumped anti-gel in the tanks the other day before I took off because it was cold then, but I knew it was going to be colder today, and I'll probably end up wearing my Arctic gear because who knows what it's going to be like this afternoon once the sun goes down. So I guess only time will tell. It is. We doing it. What I've got here is a piece of vinyl that is weather resistant that I'm going to put on the truck that I made last year. Just cut this side out for the turbo, get some air, and that hole in the center gives me enough air to where it doesn't you know, get too hot. Basically all I do is just put these snap rings in there. I just zip tie that thing on because it's not big enough. Time out because I got to get something to be able to grab in there and pull these out since they're the way they are, and I'm going through the grill. Well, I got it on. I had to take about 3 or 4 different times to go and warm up my hands because it's freaking cold out. And I don't care what anybody says. It ain't pretty, but it's on there. And that's all that matters. Is that it's going to keep that engine warm like I need it to when I'm running. So about an hour and a half here, 2 hours, I'll be climbing in that thing and taking off. So that's what she looks like with a winter front on. Well, just hooked up over to Campbell's here, and so far the winter front's doing what it needs to do. I run down probably maybe 5 miles and it was already up to 190, and then it would run up to about 200 and touch back down, just bounce back and forth. But I'm sitting here and it's under 180 right now, so it's cold out. And my PSI gauge isn't wanting to go up to 120 like it was when I was sitting in the driveway. It's just hanging out about right there and not really going up any farther. So I'm probably sure I got something froze up somewhere. So I took a hammer and tapped around some things. And always carry a bottle of rubbing alcohol with me in the wintertime. That way I can dump in the airlines for the trailers if they're froze up. So I dumped some in there, so hopefully that'll cycle through and clean some of that stuff out. But something I'm gonna have to keep my eye on. You know, if I got shut down, I will, because I'm not gonna, you know, pull shit around if I don't have that, or I'll run over the shop and have them pull my truck in and throw a torch on it or something like that. And I dumped the air, but I guess it still doesn't matter, you know. You still get water in there and stuff, and that stuff freezes up when it's this cold out. So it's always a problem and something to always pay attention to. This compressor probably, you know, makes a bunch of moisture and stuff, and even though I got the air dryer hooked up, it just doesn't seem to keep up with it when it's this cold out. So it's something I'll be looking for maybe in the future to do. But for now, we're hooked up, we're locked in, we're all ready to go. So here we go. Well, folks, we're back and moving down the road, and that alcohol's starting to make its way through pretty good. We're not up to 120 yet, but we're right under it. Every time I hit the brakes and have to turn or slow down for some reason, it seems like they're starting to, you know, that gauge is going up higher and higher each and every time. As soon as I took off out of Campbell's, it went up to a little under 100, and it doesn't matter when I stop. The gauge never goes under 90, so it's not like I'm worried about losing air pressure and, you know, the buttons popping out on me or anything like that, or you know, everything locking up. I'm fine. I dealt with this last year too. It's just one of those things, you know. And yeah, so I'd say when I get over here, I'll dump a little bit more alcohol in this empty that I haul, and I'll really get on it a couple times, the brakes at least, and you know, try to get that to where I can cycle it through all the way. So always remember, keep rubbing alcohol, because you can add that in your washer fluid too if you don't have the negative stuff, and that'll keep your washer fluid and your lines from freezing up. That's why I usually would carry it, for my lines to freeze, not freeze up on my wiper blades for my washer fluid. I don't know what this guy's doing. He's freaking creeping. He had his four-ways on a little bit ago, so we're just going to slow down and back off, because I don't know if he's going to turn or what he's doing. And I've got traffic behind me, which I may have to throw on my flashers because I'm not sure what's going on here. But yeah, it's always a good thing to keep with you, some rubbing alcohol, because you never know when you're going to need that. Yep, see, here goes again with his flashers. With, you know, your trailer brakes, your air lines, your washer lines and stuff like that. My flashers on, because I can't get around this guy right now. There's too much stuff coming and I ain't got the speed. Since I'm loaded, just have to chill. I don't know if you can see that or what you can see because of how that angle is. I need to get that microphone speaker moved. That way that's not in your vision no more. Maybe get a mount up here for you to sit on. But I know a lot of you guys like sitting back here, so yeah, I'll have to check out the old situation on the dash cam once I get to it. I want to go through right here, but we're going to go around it as best we can. cruise down the road here. Yeah, it's you know, doing what it needs to do, but whatever. I just dealt with that before with this truck, and this weekend it's supposed to get up to about 40, so I'll probably end up trying to, if there's any plugs on the bottom, I'm pulling them, and I'm going to drain those tanks out. That way I know that's not an issue. And the air dryer is fairly new, so it shouldn't need changed out already, but I mean, that thing spits out some nasty, gnarly, like moisture-y oil. So, you know, that cartridge probably could need changed. I don't know. Like I said, I dump the air every day when I get home out of the driver's side tank, but I know the passenger side tank needs it too occasionally. But I'll grab on the little nipple and pull that thing out and just let it you know, piss out and stuff, and it seems to be okay. Once it, you know, maybe 10 seconds of me holding that over and it pissing out, it's just nothing but dry air. But the only problem with right now is it's so cold when you go to do that, everything freezes up. So then you know, everything that's coming out is just going to freeze up and clog everything up because it's so cold. So it's kind of hard to do that. But what I usually do is, you know, before I run, or when I get home, maybe I'll grab the torch and climb under there and flip that one and just hold the torch on. Depends how the wind is, you know. That way, if I need to, I can just sit down there and torch it and let all that stuff go out. But yeah, it's always something to be mindful of in the wintertime. Ship freezing up on you. So always keep a bottle of rubbing alcohol with you, because it's cheaper than the Aerodyne stuff, and it'll go through quick and just evaporate through, and it's not going to harm your stuff. I've never had any problems with it harming my stuff, so something for you to think about. And we're almost there. That's probably shitty, but shitty view. But yeah, we're running a little over 200. We're probably about 201 on the temp. If I'm running about 60 miles per hour down the road, it's about around 200, and I'm fine with that. So you can stay running at that. The fan hasn't kicked on, so it's not like it's running too hot, but I'd rather have it running like that than too cold, that's for sure. Too cold. Yeah, I'm into bibs, and I've got just this long sleeve shirt on, like you've seen, this thermal and this hat, and I've got the heater on low, and it's like I'm running with in the summertime with air conditioning on. I'm comfortable. I'm not, I mean, besides my pits are sweating, I always sweat regardless whether I'm hot or cold. You know, I'm comfortable, so this is Yeah, rubbing alcohol. It's cheap, it's inexpensive, and it works fantastic. So, and I got a little lighter torch, but for some reason that thing did not want to keep lit when I was out, you know, when I first got over to Campbell's and realized I had some situation going on, but everything's okay. We're good. So, we are just doing it, and doing it well. Always like to get the truck out in, you know, when it is bitter like this and test it out and see how it'll do with different things. You know, if I didn't have that winter front, I probably wouldn't even get over 180, I doubt. So that's why I run with that thing on, you know, even though it's a cheap homemade one and it kind of may look tacky, but you know, if we really want to go on record about looking tacky, I think we've got that covered, so we don't need to look too far. Car coming here. Oh no, he's going straight too. Are you kidding me? All these guys freaking going straight. I hate this corner because if I don't know they're going straight, especially that many, I can't see barely. Even though I've got that mirror over there, I can see enough, but I can't see back like I'd like to be able to. And I usually sit back farther if I see cars coming and stuff. I'll sit back farther, but since I knew they were turning right there, I pulled up far enough where they could be able to get past. Started it up, did some things, you know, let it run for a little bit, came outside, checked everything out, grabbed that alcohol, anything else that I would need, you know, for today, because I thought to myself, man, I better grab that just in case. I'm glad I did. If not, I would have been in trouble. But yeah, I let it run, and then when I jumped out in the driveway, it was already about 120, so it really didn't take too long for it to warm up. Are you going? What are you doing, guy? Are you going or what? Judas Priest. Guy's lucky he ain't come flying over the tracks like half these other people do. The guy in that car he threw a picture out that I gave him. There's some guys that live right here in the center of town that always be out smoking and stuff, pull the old horn down, so I'll honk at them and stuff. And when there's a train and they're sitting out, I'll stop right there and talk to them, and I gave them pictures and stuff, so I usually don't get too wild with the horn going through there, but you know, since he was waving the picture out of the car, I figured might as well. It's always cool. Posted a picture from Christmas. I gave all the kids a shirt, you know, the YouTube shirts, and Kim's son, his girlfriend was sick, and at home they live down in Columbus, so she wasn't there, but you know, we sent one back with her, and I got everybody else in the picture, including the grandson, one of them at least, except her. So I told the wife, I said, have her send a picture so I can crop her in the photo. That way we've got a photo of them. So I finally got her cropped in today and put it up on Instagram. And it's funny, but it's cool. Which I still have shirts. And you know, one of these days I may think about getting some hats made, because her son did say, got any snapbacks? I said, not yet. So that may be something I'll be looking into, is some hats. what the cost of that kind of stuff would be. Because I think that'd be cool to have like stocking caps or, you know, trucker hats with the truck on it. Those would probably do a little bit better than the shirts. I don't know if they'd be the same price or not. I guess I'd have to find out and see what I can do, talk to my guy or something. So it's something to keep guys out in the future. I guess once I get things settled down, my taxes are all done and taken care of, the shirt sales, all that crap for the year, and to look back and see, you know, it's not like I'm eating money, but it's just sitting there. So we'll see, because I don't want a bunch of stuff just sitting around, you know. I'd rather move through the stuff a little bit quicker than what I have, and I thought I was going to. It just didn't happen. It's whatever. That's what happens when everybody says, I'm going to buy a shirt, I'm going to buy a shirt, and they never do. Okay, well, don't tell me you're going to do something unless you're going to do it. Because I don't want to, you know, order a bunch of extra stuff and then have shit, which I should probably waited until I had more subscribers. And just told them to do what I did. Copy a picture, make an iron-on t-shirt from, you know, go get you the stuff from Walmart, take a picture, slap it on there, buy you a white t-shirt, cut out your iron-on patch, throw it on the shirt, and there you go. That's what I did for my first one, instead of going out and getting a bunch made. You know, first few times. I've probably made 2 or 3 different styles of shirts myself with iron-on patches, and they seem to be okay. You know, they held up for a while, but as much as I wear the stuff and it gets washed, especially that white one that you've seen in the previous videos, looks like Otto's getting ready to pull out up here. That one is like 4 years old and all cracked up and stuff, so it's not a big deal though. I'll still wear it. But no, that's not Otto. Yeah, always something to think about in the future. Always a fun turn right here, especially when you got cars coming in. I don't know if this car is slowing down or what. You gonna keep your speed right there or something? Jeez, breeze. Get it in there. Oh, I forgot the camera. I wonder if that snow owl is gonna be out tonight since it's so cold. I thought to myself, he probably will be. But you never know. And these guys drive me crazy when they don't pull off the side of the freaking road here. I mean, there's room over there for you to pull off. There's a guy the other day sitting right in the middle, 2 guys on both sides. It was like, come on, you're killing me. Take your mirror off if you ain't lucky. Whip you around with my trailer. Take off your mirror. Yeah, we're just chucking. I haven't even turned on the radio either yet today because I was, you know, kind of monitoring that situation with the air gauge, and that thing just reacting like ain't nobody's business right now. And, you know, kind of concerned about that, so just kind of keeping my eye on that, and, you know, watching the old temp gauge and stuff like that, just listening to the truck. I don't always have to listen to the radio, even though I like to. But, you know, there's times where I'll just listen to the truck, especially, you know, when it's cold like this. I want to hear if something's going wrong. You know, if I need to know something, I'm on a need to know basis with this truck. So if I need to know, I mean, I need to know. Stick my arm out here real quick. Hopefully it doesn't fall off. Email. Get out of there. Woo! My shirt froze up where my armpit sweat. That's hilarious, right? He definitely's got a turn signal on or something. There we conditions here for the weather. We're going to 108. Let's see what the weather is currently right now over here. 20, feels like 7. Yep, you are about right. You are about right. So, yeah, that's what it is. And it ain't gonna get any warmer. I can tell you that much right now for a couple days. So, we'll be dealing with the elements, and like, you know, I've got the dibs on. I've got nothing but a, oh, there's dib. Nothing but this long sleeve and some boxers and socks on, because I don't, you know, I don't want to get too hot. This is comfortable. I'm just perfect. I'm perfect. And it's hard to get a right combination where you're just perfect, especially with this kind of crap. Oh, I see dudes running around in hoodies and stuff like that, and I just think, are you insane? I don't care. I just must be getting old. I don't know. You know, I guess everybody takes it differently, but my fingertips and stuff start to go numb after a while. And I lose the feeling in my fingertips, it's over. I got to get out of everything. So that's what, you know, that's why I'd rather be hot and sweat than cold and wet any day of the week, because being cold and pissed off sucks. I don't know what these FedEx guys are coming in here grabbing this UMAX stuff for. They got their own trailers. I don't understand. I just don't understand it. I can't see where I'm going for an empty on the way out. I should have looked before and checked the weather, but oh well. Yeah, they got pretty decent stack, man. Before the holiday, there was a couple days where they run out of containers and stuff, and luckily, I got the ends with the gals up front and stuff like that, and whoever's working. I ask the questions that nobody else thinks to ask, and you know, I come in and she's like, there ain't no empties, blah blah blah. I'm like, okay, well, what are you doing, dude? Oh, you're cranking in right there. Just tell me, go round him, go round him. Big thumbs up. That application turned in, buddy. 118. But anyways, I just asked her, I said, you got any stuff that's bad, you know, that it is marked off as bad that I can go look at and whatnot? And she says, yeah, here's a list of 6 of them. Go check, go find a good one, pretty much. If not, I'd have been sitting there waiting until the manager at the time was out doing it. We'll go all the way down and come back. That way we can see if there's any locomotive engines. But, you know, if not, I'd have been sitting there until the manager was out running around looking for the stuff, and somebody come up to me and says, how'd you get that empty box? I'm like, I asked her what was bad, and she gave me a list of stuff. You know, when you're doing shit like this, you gotta know those kind of things, and that'll come with people once they do this long enough. But if you're just coming in here and you just sit and wait and you get pissed off, then it could be a long day real quick. You just gotta, you know, work smarter, not harder. There's a couple locomotives. Well, there's one at least. But yeah, this will probably conclude today, because once I back this thing in and drop it, I'll probably be done unless something else happens later on that I feel I need to bring you back for. So hopefully this whole drive wasn't too boring for you. You stayed entertained. You liked, you shared, you subscribed, you commented. You rang that bell, that way you got notifications every time I post something. You do all those things, it's fun, helps my algorithm out, and helps me get my videos pushed better on YouTube. I do this for entertainment, but it is nice to get a little bit of kickback for my time that I spend doing things. So, you know, I appreciate everything. all the time from everybody. Yeah, go ahead and pull out, dude. I don't know if he even was backing in there, what he's doing. Gee, this priest. Looks like once this guy goes by, I don't know about this. Yard guy's going, this guy's going, everybody's going. I'm going right here, dude. What are you doing? He must want blindsided in. Which occasionally I will, but yeah, he's going blindsider in. I don't. If it's just one spot, I won't, but if there's two, I will, which I could have this one, but it was over here messing around, and I ain't trying to rip no airlines off or anything like that today, because it's cold, and I don't want to be out there having to work on shit if I don't have to. I'm try to make this as quick and painless as possible. So good. I'm just still so in love with that whole new setup. Just, you know, probably talk about it for a while, but yeah, can't go wrong with the new old stock. And for the price I got it at, I couldn't beat it. Extremely happy with everything. Alright folks, hopefully you enjoyed today. Like I said, if I don't come back, I don't come back, and this is it. So until the next time, you know what we say, we will see you. But for some odd reason I come back, you're going to hear that probably more than once. So enjoy your evening.